Welcome to HD Rare Coins 111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The year 1965 marked a turning point in American coinage history, and one coin from that era still captures the imagination of collectors today: the Washington quarter dollar. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but its story is anything but ordinary. It represents a fascinating mix of transition, rarity, and unexpected value that continues to amaze the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. For decades, it was struck in 90% silver, making it both a patriotic and precious piece of metal. But by 1965, things were about to change dramatically due to a nationwide silver shortage. As silver prices rose sharply, the U.S. Mint faced a crisis. People began hoarding silver coins, causing a shortage of circulating currency. To solve the problem, the Mint made a bold move, removing silver entirely from quarters and switching to a copper-nickel clad composition. The first clad quarters appeared in 1965, and though millions were produced, not all were created equal. Among them, a few rare pieces hold incredible secrets and values that most people overlook. Collectors are always on the hunt for special 1965 Washington quarters that were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets, blanks intended for 1964 quarters. These coins look slightly different, weigh more, and have a distinctive ring when dropped. These accidental silver strikes are a result of transitional minting errors, a phenomenon that fascinates experts and treasure hunters alike. They blur the line between two eras of coin production, making them extremely desirable. The weight difference between a clad quarter and a silver one might seem small, but to a trained collector, it's everything. A silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams, while the copper-nickel version weighs only 5.67 grams. If you ever come across a 1965 quarter that feels a bit heavier, don't ignore it. That could be the sign of a silver planchet error, a mistake worth thousands of dollars. Another thing to look for is the edge of the coin. Regular clad quarters show a copper-colored band, but a silver one has a solid white edge. This simple visual clue has helped many collectors identify valuable finds. Beyond errors, some 1965 quarters are prized for their pristine condition. Coins graded as mint state by professional services, especially those with sharp strikes and clean surfaces, can command astonishing prices. Over the years, several high-grade examples have surfaced in auctions, and their prices have left people speechless. For a coin that's supposed to be common, the 1965 Washington quarter has become a legend. This coin's design, featuring George Washington on the obverse and the proud bald eagle on the reverse, remains iconic in American culture. It represents strength, liberty, and history, values that still resonate deeply today. When you hold one of these quarters, you're holding a piece of America's economic transformation. It tells the story of how the country adapted to modern times while keeping its traditions alive. The year 1965 didn't just mark a change in metal composition, it marked a new era in coin collecting. It's the year that turned an everyday coin into a treasure hunt. Collectors today value 1965 quarters not just for their potential silver errors, but for the mystery and excitement they bring. Each coin is a time capsule from a moment when the U.S. Mint was balancing history and necessity. The discovery of silver planchet errors sparked a wave of attention among numismatists, turning ordinary pocket change into potential treasure chests. Some people have even found these rare coins in their loose change, proving that valuable discoveries can still be hiding in plain sight. That's what makes the 1965 quarter so fascinating. The thrill of the hunt never ends. It continues to inspire collectors and history lovers to look a little closer at what they hold in their hands. Imagine the excitement of realizing your old quarter could be worth more than a luxury car. It's a dream that has come true for a few lucky people who stumbled upon rare minting mistakes. These coins serve as reminders that not all value is obvious at first glance. Sometimes, it takes knowledge and curiosity to uncover hidden worth. Coin experts often encourage collectors to weigh and inspect every 1965 quarter carefully. Even a slight difference could make an incredible impact on its value. Each 1965 silver planchet quarter found has its own story, traveling through time unnoticed until discovered decades later. It's like finding buried treasure that has been hiding in plain sight. The U.S. Mint's transition year produced a variety of small anomalies, and each one adds to the excitement surrounding this remarkable coin. Whether it's the thrill of history, the beauty of design, or the chase for a rare error, the 1965 Washington quarter has something to offer every type of collector. Even now, numismatists continue to research and document every known example, deepening the mystery and legacy of this incredible coin. And for those who collect with passion, the 1965 quarter represents not just money, but the story of change, challenge, and discovery. It reminds us that history often hides in the smallest details, and sometimes, fortune lies within the most unexpected places. So next time you come across a 1965 Washington quarter, take a moment to look closer. Because you never know what hidden treasure might be resting in your palm. And one such rare 1965 Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an astonishing $225,000. Top 2. In the world of American coins, some years come and go quietly, while others leave behind mysteries that keep collectors intrigued for generations. The 1973 Washington quarter dollar is one such coin, a piece of modern history that hides fascinating stories, subtle minting details, and a touch of rare value that turns ordinary metal into pure treasure. The Washington quarter has long been a symbol of American pride, featuring the dignified portrait of George Washington on its obverse side. Since its debut in 1932, it has been an essential part of everyday life, from pocket change to cherished collections. But in 1973, something special happened that made this particular year stand out. During the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint was transitioning through changes in production methods, coin compositions, and mintmark styles. These adjustments often created rare varieties, and 1973 became a year full of surprises for sharp-eyed collectors. At first glance, a 1973 quarter might appear completely normal. It's made of copper and nickel, has the same classic eagle reverse, and was produced in large quantities. But as numismatists often say, rarity hides in the smallest of details. One of the reasons 1973 quarters have become so captivating is due to the small number of coins that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Many were heavily used in everyday transactions, leaving only a handful in gem-quality mint state. Coins struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints all tell different stories. The D and S mint marks on some quarters hold clues to where the coin originated, and in some rare cases, errors occurred that boosted their value dramatically. Collectors are especially interested in 1973 proof quarters minted in San Francisco. These coins were struck with extra care, creating a mirror-like finish that makes them sparkle differently from circulation coins. Yet, the most valuable 1973 Washington quarters aren't just proof strikes. They are the rare era coins that slip through the cracks of the mint's quality control. These pieces capture the imagination of coin lovers everywhere. Some 1973 quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years, giving them a unique shine and heavier weight than normal clad coins. Such minting mistakes are extremely scarce and command incredible prices. Another type of valuable error involves double-die obverse coins, where the lettering or Washington's features appear slightly doubled. These subtle differences can turn a few cents of metal into a collector's dream. Even coins with off-center strikes or missing clad layers have been discovered from the 1973 series, each carrying its own story of human error and minting mystery. For those who appreciate perfection, high-grade examples graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC are worth watching. A flawless quarter from this year can be a treasure worth thousands. The artistry of the coin remains timeless. On the obverse, George Washington's calm and determined expression represents leadership and resilience. On the reverse, the majestic bald eagle perched on arrows symbolizes strength and freedom, enduring values of the nation. The 1973 quarter connects the past to the modern world, reflecting America's evolving economy and artistry in metal. Every small detail, from the fine rim to the sharp strike, reveals the care of its creation. Collectors love this coin not just for its beauty, but also for the thrill of discovery. The chance that one might find a hidden variety in everyday change adds excitement to the hobby. Imagine checking your spare coins and realizing one of them could be worth a fortune. That's the power of the 1973 Washington quarter. Many coin enthusiasts have found treasures hiding in old jars, drawers, and forgotten boxes, proving that history can still surprise us in the most ordinary places, even after decades. The 1973 quarter continues to inspire collectors to learn more about minting, grading, and the stories behind each unique piece. What makes this coin truly special is the sense of curiosity it creates. Every collector dreams of uncovering a perfect or era-struck 1973 quarter that has escaped public attention for years. Some of these coins have appeared in major auctions, selling for eye-opening prices that make headlines in the numismatic community. These sales not only highlight their rarity but also celebrate the artistry and craftsmanship that went into making them over 50 years ago. The U.S. Mint may have produced millions of quarters that year, but only a few possess the magic combination of rarity, condition, and era that sends their values soaring. Each coin carries a silent history, a record of American culture, industry, and artistry during a transformative decade. To own a 1973 Washington quarter in mint condition is to hold a tiny time capsule, a gleaming reminder of a nation's past preserved in metal. Collectors often say that these coins are not just about money. They're about preserving moments in history, stories told through the shimmer of nickel and copper. That's why people around the world continue to search, study, and treasure these remarkable quarters. They're symbols of luck, learning, and legacy all rolled into one. So, if you ever find a 1973 Washington quarter in your pocket, take a moment to really look at it. You might be holding something truly extraordinary. Because one such 1973 United States of America Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an unbelievable $185,000. Top 3. The year 1979 was a remarkable one for the United States. A time of economic change, shifting culture, and technological progress. But hidden within the coins of that year lies a special piece of history that has become a fascination for collectors everywhere: the 1979 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter from your spare change, but this coin holds secrets that make it far more than just pocket money. The Washington quarter had already become a familiar face to Americans by 1979. With the proud portrait of George Washington on the obverse, it had served as a symbol of the nation's heritage since 1932. But as the mint continued its work into the late 1970s, subtle variations and rare minting errors began to emerge, and some of them turned out to be worth a small fortune. In 1979, the United States Mint was operating from 3 main facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint had its own distinct characteristics, and sometimes, tiny differences in minting led to coins with unexpected rarity. The Philadelphia Mint quarters from 1979 carry no mint mark, while Denver quarters bear a small D, and the San Francisco Mint used the S mint mark primarily for proof coins. These marks are small, but they tell powerful stories about where and how each coin was made. Most 1979 quarters were struck in the standard copper-nickel clad composition, replacing the silver that had been removed from circulation over a decade earlier. However, a few mysterious pieces have surfaced with unique characteristics that make collectors' hearts race. Among these rare finds are quarters that appear to have been struck on silver planchets, leftover blanks from earlier mint runs or experimental strikes. These are among the most valuable versions of the 1979 Washington quarter ever discovered. The weight and tone of the metal often reveal the truth. While regular quarters weigh about 5.67 grams, silver-based errors weigh closer to 6.25 grams and have a brilliant, pure ring when gently tapped. collectors always test 1979 quarters for these traits, as the tiniest clue can separate a common coin from one worth tens of thousands of dollars. Another rare and fascinating variety involves double die errors, where the coin's design shows slight doubling, especially in the letters Liberty or In God We Trust. These errors are prized because they are both rare and visible to the naked eye. Then there are off-center strikes, coins that were misaligned during minting. Depending on how much of the design is missing, these errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. The 1979 proof quarters, produced at the San Francisco Mint, are another highlight of this year. These coins feature sharp details and mirror-like finishes, made specifically for collectors. But even among proofs, certain varieties stand out as extremely valuable. One famous example is the Type 1 and Type 2's mintmark difference. The Type 1s appears filled or blob-like, while the Type 2 is clear and sharply defined. The Type 2 proof quarter is especially sought after due to its limited production. These small design changes, unnoticed by most people, have become major attractions in the coin collecting world. They prove that even the tiniest variation can make a huge difference in value. For coin enthusiasts, the 1979 Washington quarter represents an exciting mix of modern minting precision and old-fashioned mystery. Each coin tells a story of its journey through the presses, the inspection lines, and into the hands of Americans across the country. The Washington portrait, originally sculpted by John Flanagan, continues to embody leadership and honor, while the eagle on the reverse stands tall as a timeless emblem of American freedom. The craftsmanship of this coin still captivates collectors. The sharp features, balanced lettering, and elegant simplicity remind us why the Washington quarter remains one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coinage. Every once in a while, collectors stumble upon a coin in their collection or change that looks just a bit different, and that's where the magic begins. A single 1979 quarter with a minting anomaly can turn an ordinary discovery into an unforgettable moment. These rare coins have appeared in auctions and private sales, fetching astonishing prices that make even experts do a double take. The thrill of coin collecting lies not only in ownership but in the adventure of finding something rare hidden in plain sight. It's about the story, the history, and the excitement that comes with every new discovery. Even decades after its minting, the 1979 quarter continues to draw attention. Collectors, historians, and casual hobbyists alike are still uncovering pieces with surprising characteristics and remarkable values. Each one found adds another layer to the ongoing story of American coinage, a story that reflects change, progress, and the pursuit of perfection. If you ever come across a shiny 1979 quarter, take a closer look. Examine the mintmark, check the edges, and feel its weight. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your hands, because sometimes the rarest coins are the ones people least expect. They slip through generations unnoticed, only to emerge decades later as symbols of incredible fortune. This is what makes the world of coins so fascinating. Every single piece has potential, and every collector dreams of finding the next hidden gem. The 1979 Washington quarter reminds us that history doesn't just belong in museums. It can live in your wallet, your drawer, or your pocket. So before you spend that quarter, remember that it could be worth far more than 25 cents. It could hold a secret of immense value. And one such 1979 United States of America Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an extraordinary $155,000. Top 4. The 1981 United States of America Washington quarter dollar might seem like an ordinary coin from the early 1980s, but for coin collectors and treasure hunters, it holds fascinating mysteries that have turned it into one of the most talked about quarters in modern numismatics. Behind its familiar design lies a story of precision, rarity, and hidden value that continues to surprise even the most experienced coin enthusiasts. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1932, created to honor the country's first president, George Washington. Its classic design by sculptor John Flanagan features Washington's noble profile on the front and a majestic eagle on the back. But every year of its minting brings its own secrets, and 1981 is no exception. By 1981, The U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to meet the needs of a growing economy. The Washington quarter, made of copper-nickel-clad metal, was among the most widely circulated coins of the decade. However, this abundance also led to subtle errors and rare variations that make some 1981 quarters far more valuable than others. The quarters were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each had its own distinct mint mark, and collectors pay close attention to these small letters, as they can reveal much about where and how the coin was struck. The Philadelphia mint coins had no mint mark, Denver used a bold D, and San Francisco struck the S mark primarily for proof coins. Proof coins are not made for circulation but for collectors, and their fine finish and detailed strikes make them truly special. Among the 1981 quarters, the San Francisco mint proofs are especially interesting because of 2 distinct types of S mint marks, Type 1 and Type 2. The Type 1 has a filled, blob-like appearance, while the Type 2 has a crisp, clear S. The Type 2 proof is scarcer and far more desirable to collectors. The differences between these 2 mint marks might seem tiny, but in the world of coin collecting, such details can mean the difference between a few dollars and a fortune. The 1981 Washington quarter also has known examples of minting errors that have skyrocketed in value. Some coins show double dies, a striking error where parts of the design, especially the lettering, appear slightly duplicated. There are also off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and even wrong planchet errors, where the quarter was accidentally struck on a coin blank meant for another denomination. Each of these rare mistakes adds tremendous value and excitement to the coin's history. One of the most extraordinary finds is the 1981 quarter struck on a silver planchet. This shouldn't have been possible since silver was removed from quarters in 1965, yet a few silver planchets remained in the mint's machinery and were mistakenly used. Collectors can identify such rare coins by their distinctive color, higher weight, and bright metallic ring when dropped. These are the types of coins that make collectors' hearts race: rare, beautiful, and incredibly valuable. Another aspect that makes the 1981 quarter special is the quality of its strike. Coins graded by professional services as Mint State 68 or higher are almost flawless, showing no signs of wear and possessing mirror-like surfaces. Such coins are highly sought after, not just for their condition but also for their historical and aesthetic appeal. The artistry of the Washington quarter remains timeless, with the sharp details of Washington's portrait symbolizing strength and the eagle's proud stance representing American freedom. Many collectors consider the 1981 quarter one of the last truly classic issues before major design changes in later years. It serves as a reminder of the craftsmanship that defined U.S. coinage for decades. Even though billions of 1981 quarters were minted, finding one in pristine condition or with a rare error is like discovering a hidden gem among stones. It's a reminder that treasure can still be found in the most ordinary places, even in your pocket change. The thrill of searching for these rare coins keeps collectors inspired. It's not just about money, it's about the excitement of uncovering history frozen in metal. Every 1981 quarter has a story. Some have traveled through thousands of hands, others have stayed untouched for over 40 years. And a lucky few have been recognized as rare masterpieces worth incredible sums. Auction houses across the United States have seen stunning results for rare 1981 quarters, especially those with rare mint errors or proof variations. Each new discovery adds another chapter to the fascinating story of this coin. It's remarkable how a small piece of metal can hold so much historical value and financial potential. That's what makes coin collecting such an intriguing and rewarding pursuit. For many, the 1981 quarter represents the beauty of chance, the idea that something extraordinary might be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be found. Collectors continue to study, research, and share their findings, ensuring that the legacy of the Washington quarter lives on for future generations. And while most 1981 quarters will only ever be worth 25 cents, a select few have become treasures worth thousands, commanding admiration from numismatists all over the world. The coin's beauty, mystery, and history make it one of the most captivating issues of its era. Every detail, from the eagle's feathers to Washington's profile, tells a story of American craftsmanship and pride. So, The next time you spot a 1981 Washington quarter in your change, don't ignore it. Take a closer look, check the mint mark, and examine its details. You might just be holding something truly valuable. Because one special 1981 United States of America Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an astonishing $145,000. Top 5. The year 1983 was an important one for the United States Mint, and among the coins struck that year, the Washington quarter dollar holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. At first glance, the 1983 quarter might look just like any other coin from your pocket change, but beneath its simple design lies a fascinating story of scarcity, survival, and unexpected value that continues to captivate the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter had already become a beloved American icon by 1983. Designed by John Flanagan, it carries the noble image of George Washington on the obverse and the proud American eagle on the reverse, two powerful symbols of the nation's strength and liberty. But what makes the 1983 issue stand out isn't its design, it's the surprising rarity of finding one in perfect condition. In 1983, the United States Mint produced quarters only for circulation, meaning there were no special collector sets or mint sets released that year. Because of this, almost every 1983 quarter went directly into the hands of the public, making it incredibly difficult to find high-grade, uncirculated examples today. Over time, these coins were spent, worn, and scratched through everyday use. Very few were saved in pristine condition, which is why finding a flawless 1983 Washington quarter is such an exciting discovery for collectors. Coins struck that year came from three main mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia quarters had no mint mark, the Denver ones carried a D, and San Francisco focused mainly on proof issues for collectors. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters saw the heaviest circulation, and it's these versions that are now among the hardest to find in exceptional condition. For collectors, a 1983 quarter graded, mint state, or better is a real prize. One reason 1983 quarters are so valuable in high grades is the lack of government-issued mint sets. Normally, collectors could rely on these sets to find perfect coins, but since they weren't made that year, only coins that somehow survived in untouched condition have real value. That means a regular-looking 1983 quarter tucked away for decades could turn out to be a rare treasure today. Many people have discovered valuable coins in their old savings jars, proving that history often hides in plain sight. Beyond their scarcity, certain 1983 quarters feature minting errors that make them even more special. Some have double die features where the letters or Washington's profile show faint doubling, a minting mishap that can greatly increase value. There are also examples of off-center strikes and missing clad layers, each adding a unique twist to the coin's story. Such errors are like fingerprints of history, rare, accidental, and fascinating to study. One of the most interesting finds is the 1983 P quarter struck on a copper planchet, a type of minting error that defies logic. These coins should have been struck on copper nickel-clad blanks, but a few were made on solid copper ones instead. Another exciting discovery involves 1983 quarters with unusually strong strikes and sharp details. These coins display the artistry of the mint at its finest, showcasing every detail of Washington's hair, face, and the eagle's feathers. The 1983 Washington quarter also carries a bit of nostalgia. It represents the early 1980s, a time of economic growth, innovation, and change in the United States. Each coin from this year is a small metallic snapshot of that vibrant era. Collectors love these quarters not only for their potential value but also for what they symbolize: endurance, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. It's not uncommon for coin enthusiasts to spend hours searching through rolls of quarters hoping to find a hidden 1983 gem. The dream of uncovering one in mint condition keeps the hunt alive. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC have sold for astonishing prices at auction, especially those with perfect luster and flawless surfaces. These sales remind us that even the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be extraordinary. All it takes is the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Another fascinating aspect is how 1983 quarters often serve as teaching tools for new collectors. They demonstrate the importance of understanding minting history and how small details can drastically affect value. When viewed under magnification, the sharp design elements and texture of the 1983 quarter reveal the craftsmanship of American coinage, every line and curve carefully pressed into metal. The eagle on the reverse, holding arrows and an olive branch, remains a symbol of both strength and peace. Timeless qualities that give this coin its patriotic character. Although millions were made, very few 1983 quarters survived the test of time unscathed. That's why today, collectors cherish them as one of the modern rarities of the Washington series. Every time one is found in excellent condition, it tells a story of how a simple coin endured 4 decades without losing its beauty. It's like uncovering a piece of history that has waited patiently to be recognized. The excitement surrounding the 1983 quarter continues to grow. Each discovery adds new depth to its legend, and each sale reminds collectors that value is often hidden where people least expect it. The coin embodies the spirit of curiosity, proof that even everyday objects can carry extraordinary worth. For some, the journey of finding one is just as rewarding as the value itself. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, the 1983 Washington quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting remains one of the most thrilling hobbies in the world. So the next time you see a quarter from 1983, take a closer look. Check the mint mark, study the details, and imagine the story it could tell. You might just be holding a tiny piece of American history. And one such rare 1983 United States of America Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an astonishing $135,000.